Have you ever wondered how well you truly know yourself? Self-discovery is fascinating yet complex. Today, we'll explore introspection, self-perception, and self-regulation. These concepts help us understand our thoughts and behaviors. Introspection, the act of looking inward, sounds simple. We think we can pinpoint our emotions and motives easily. However, research shows this isn't the case. Many of us don't access our deep thoughts or feelings directly. For instance, when asked about our preferences, we often create explanations that seem reasonable but can be incorrect. Sometimes, we rely on casual theories. These theories stem from our culture and may misguide us. When introspection doesn't provide answers, we unconsciously latch onto explanations, unknowingly fabricating reasons for our actions. This is called confabulation. In social work, understanding this is crucial. Clients may believe their explanations about their behavior. While these self-reports hold value, professional insight is needed for accuracy. Skilled social workers combine client reports with careful observations. So, how do we learn about ourselves if introspection isn't reliable? This is where self-perception theory comes in. According to this theory, we infer our thoughts and feelings by observing our own behaviors. When internal cues are weak, we become the audience for our actions. For example, if you find yourself watching political news frequently, you might conclude you are politically engaged. Similarly, volunteering at a shelter could lead you to believe you are compassionate. However, be cautious. Rewards for enjoyable activities can change our perception. This is the overjustification effect. If rewarded for reading for fun, you might start believing you read only for rewards, losing that intrinsic joy. Social workers should consider this when motivating their clients. Let's talk about emotions. Ever felt an unexpected rush? According to the two-factor theory, this feeling emerges from physical reactions and how we label our context. That same rush in a suspenseful situation may feel like fear, while in a concert, it may feel exciting. Now, let's focus on self-regulation. This is our ability to manage impulses and adjust behaviors to reach long-term goals. It's vital in many areas of life, including education and relationships. Research suggests self-regulation resembles muscle strength. When we use it for one task, our ability to use it after may weaken, a phenomenon called ego depletion. This concept, though debated, suggests self-regulation requires effort and can be exhausting. To enhance self-regulation, strategies are effective. First, avoid tempting situations. Second, distract yourself in moments of weakness. Third, create if-then plans, like deciding to breathe deeply when angry. Lastly, set specific, achievable goals. In social work, regulating emotions is important. Professionals often face frustration and compassion fatigue. Good self-regulation is also essential for helping clients. They must manage their behaviors and impulses in seeking change. In conclusion, understanding ourselves involves more than just looking within. Introspection has limits, but observing our behaviors offers insight. Self-regulation is crucial for success in all aspects of life. By mastering these concepts, we can foster self-awareness and growth. Feeling inspired? Take a moment to reflect on your personal journey. Consider how you can apply these ideas in your life. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insightful content.